What's going on? I wanted to drop this really quickly. Let me just make sure that my audio is right. All right, good. Yes, so let's talk about this really quickly. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Why is Davido's cousins? Why are they doing this? Right? Why are they throwing me under the bus? Right? What do I mean by that? That's shout out to Soma Haku. I'm just gonna use her material here. There's this post that I'm looking at. This guy. Basically they're getting into trouble. This Davido's cousin is I'm not sure if it's the B Red or the what's the other one's name, Sina Rambo one. Okay, I think it was the Sina Rambo one that had issues earlier. There's a comment I saw online. They got in trouble with their girls and they're using their cousin. Well, they're using comparison, like, well, at least I'm not like Davido. Like, why are you saying that? Why are they saying that? Gentlemen, why are you saying that? Why would you do something like that? Why are you trying to see this thing that shall I see? I will start sounding like broken records, right? I understand that you find yourself in crisis. Somehow your bad behavior caught up to you, but you're going about you're making the same mistake again. Manipulations, controlling the narrative, thinking you can just switch people's mind, thinking you can just skip all of the process, time, patience that's involved in authentic forgiveness, in authentic, you know what I mean, like trust building all over again. You're just going to have to do the work. It's the same issues from the beginning. When you want to react to the crisis, you use the same behavior and then you wonder why it's not working again. Okay, so this guy basically has his wife calling him a pathological liar. You know, apparently he traveled to Atlanta or something like that, and then the wife caught them on social media because people can't stop. They have to post everywhere they go. See, the same behavior. The behavior is not that they did the wrong thing. That's a given. If you're wrong, you're wrong. The behavior is that you're doing the wrong thing and you're reckless about it. And in addition to that, when you got caught red-handed, you're still trying to use the same tactic to escape. It doesn't work. When are we going to understand that it doesn't work, right? The only thing, you're just making things worse because remember, trust is already tampered with, right? So he says, I did not F her and sleep in the same bed with her at all. And then she replies, I hate you. I did not F her. You said before that you never met her. Okay, so you see, when you lie, you have to keep up with the lies. You have to use other lies to keep up with the lies. Eventually, you lose focus of which one of the lies did you tell, right? It just doesn't work out, right? It's just it becomes a complete mess when you start doing things like that. Yeah, let me see here. He said, I know. He said, you said before that you never met her now. He said, I know. And then he says, you're a pathological liar. Well, so I should say yes and hurt you? He's asking now. He's asking the girl that is lying to that. Should I just tell you the truth? Don't tell me the truth, right? Don't tell me the truth. Should I've never linked up. So I saw a video of him actually bend. I'm not sure if this. No, it's another one. It's the other one. It's the other one that their story started before. Obviously, as you can imagine, they're probably begging their girls. They want to keep things. They've been off the scene for a while. They're not really superstar, rock star singers like Davido. So they just want to be inside the house, play their game, smoke their weed, and everybody is happy. But then they probably wanted to have their cake and eat it too. Like, I'm still popular. I can get some girls on the side. All these girls want to be around Davido's cousins anyway. The part that I'm really wondering, that I'm fascinated about, that why do you have to throw your cousin under the bus? Like, Davido has his own challenges and stuff like that, right? So imagine him having to see on social media that his cousins are busy throwing him under the bus, judging him to get their own way ahead in their own family. Why? And you think that's gonna work? It's not gonna work, right? Because your wives, both of them wives, can see through the nonsense. They can see through the BS, right? And gentlemen, if you want to be powerful in this world, you need to have foresight. with regards to every action you move. Think about all the possibilities. There's probably about 2,000 different possibilities when you make a decision. Thinking about at least two of them, maybe just two of them, right? Because if you just think about that, maybe you adjust your behavior small. Maybe you adjust how you respond to crisis small. Like, if I say this, it can turn to this, it can turn to that. Maybe if I, think about at least one of them. One possible outcome outside of, oh, I can lie and just get away with this. Outside of that, think about other possible outcomes, right? She says you're so embarrassing, and then she's like puke, puke, puke emojis, right? Should have never linked up. He says should have never linked up. He's regretting. Regret does not solve the issue. The only thing that solves the issue is changed behavior. Time, patience, process, change behavior. Change behavior right now is not good enough. Tomorrow they'll come back and say, but I changed. She never detected it. That's what Derrick Jackson was doing. It doesn't work. You need to be doing the change behavior for yourself so that you don't give yourself ultimatum before you end it and say, well, it never works. Let me go and perform bad behavior again. No, you will just self-destruct yourself, okay? You self-destruct yourself. So you are so embarrassing. It's you that would do all that. Nah, I can't see what they're talking about. Okay. So I'm actually going to respond to a little bit of a clip here from Summer Aku that I wanted to add some context to what she said. Let me see here. 1 second. He said, I effed up, but don't cap. Cool. I'm sorry, Faith. Okay, the name of the wife is Faith. And then she said, you're embarrassing, right? Go and keep opening door, servant. Okay, so apparently he was, a little shivery for a little fine girl on the outside. But you could probably guess that the wife, once you're a wife, you probably don't get that kind of treatment as much, Well, the main point of me covering this is really for the men out there, right? It's for the gentlemen out there. But Samaku says something that I will say to the ladies in a second, right? I'm not asking you to be a perfect human being. What I want you to be a little bit more aware of what it takes to make a woman happy, right? Safety, security, love. SSL. She needs to feel safe, secured, and loved. If she can manage to make that happen on a consistent basis, even when you F up, she's easier to forgive you. She give you a lot of pass. A lot of grace comes with that. But you need to do that long enough to be able to count on that. If you've created damages already before, it's going to take you times 10, the same amount it will take you if there was no experience involved, if there was no hurt involved, times 10 or more, okay? So you have to be extremely patient, and the only way to be that patient, it's almost impossible to be that patient, by the way. The only way to be that patient, the closest you can get is the patient, you need to personalize it. It's actually for you to attract love again, because it's not, if you keep thinking you're doing it for her, it might seem like it's not enough, right? It might, in the next 3 days, it might seem like it's not enough, and then you go back to the same bad behavior, and then you self-sabotage, you shoot yourself on the legs. And as far as she's concerned, she's like, what? I didn't see nothing yet, because the experience is not enough to erase the past hurt, the trust that's been tampered with, all that kind of stuff, right? If you're not able to do that, just let it go. By the way, that's the same thing. Let it go, right? Let it go for now. Go work on yourself. Change behavior, because the behavior that we're asking for is actually good for you. If you're faithful and you stay your butt in one place, if you sit your ass down, you get way ahead in life faster, because you have less time for nonsense. You just don't have the time for it, right? You're busy impacting other people's life, and that's coming back to you in folds, right? And I understand maybe that relationship, there were issues there that never comes to the surface, because now you've done something that's seemingly bigger than life. You hurt that woman. That's what everybody sees. They don't see the part where you might have been trying to do the right thing before in the past. Well, welcome to the real world. That's how the real world works. If you mess up, you F up, it wipes out everything in the mind of your wife, your people in general, So he says, my wife, forgive me. I know it's embarrassing. Don't send text messages saying forgive me. Don't do it. Okay, your actions should be speaking louder than your words, and especially should be speaking louder than any kind of text messages. Text messages are just terrible. Any emotionally charged conversations should not go into text messages. It's really that simple. The only thing that should ever go into text message, I don't care if you've been married for 35 years. I love you, babe. I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, I'll be home in about 30 minutes. I'll be home in about 15 minutes. Oh, that early? Yeah, I'll be there soon. Oh, yeah, I can't make it tonight, babe. Tomorrow, I'm definitely first thing in the morning. You'll see me because you're out of town, obviously, right? Right? Those are the kind of text messages, like text messages that makes her feel safe, loved, and secure. Make her safe, secure, and loved. Text messages that you will give her admonitions. You will give her basically additional. Because remember, she multiplies everything. If the last experience she had is that you've broken her heart, and then you send text messages like "forgive me," she's multiplying that into "he's deceiving me." The mind does not work the way you think it works. The mind works in the opposite direction of common sense. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? I know it's embarrassing. He says, I know it's embarrassing. It doesn't matter that you're admitting or accept. It doesn't matter. She's multiplying all of that to you're deceiving me again, because the mind is only remembering the subject of the issue. Why are we talking about this? Is what the mind is remembering, not what you're planning to do or what you said you would do. All that erased, okay? And then the wife said, bro, you're mad. I can never forgive you. Go meet your cousin so y'all can be stupid together, because he's been throwing his cousin under the bus. After, I think I saw another text where he said, let me just say allegedly, where he said, at least I am better than my cousin. Okay? The wife is saying, go meet your cousin so y'all can be stupid together. I don't like men like y'all. So shift. She said, no single attraction again. A woman who feels this way about you obviously cannot be attracted to you. By the way, she's doing you a favor by even telling you she's like, I think she's actually trying to hurt you here. But in reality, she can't be attracted to you. She cannot be in love with you. A woman that can't respect you cannot be in love with you. That just makes all kind of sense. Maybe not common sense, but I don't know if that makes sense to you. You know, have I ever went off like this before? I don't tire. Embarrassing ass. All the time you go off all the time. Well, he's now saying, this is a good moment. Have I ever went off like this? He's now using this opportunity to say like, what? Well, all the time. You do go off all the time. You're confused. You're not sure what you want. These are the reasons why she's no longer attracted to you. You're not consistent. You know, in one breath you're saying forgive me, in the other breath you're reminded of the times she was wrong. It's not going to work. I know it's not fair, because sometimes you're a good guy. Yeah. You were legit laughing at David like you're any better. Oh, this is the part. She's calling him out. Hey! She's calling him out. Okay. Obìnrin will call you out. They will call you out. Right? They'll remind you. You were legit throwing your cousin under the bus. Stupid. Anyway, let me see. You were legit doing, and I said, I get picking outside. Oh, he was asking. He said, oh, do I have children outside? See, you apologize, then you back up. That's why I said apologies for the most part are terrible. Most people's ideas of apologies are terrible. They're manipulative. They can tell that you don't mean what you're saying, especially it's not backed by actions, right? It makes sense, right? It makes sense. But let me play this short clip at the end of Summer Aku's video, and then I'll say some things to it. Let's see. There you go. Shout out to Summer Aku. I'm using her content within fair use guidelines. Let's go.
Outside, I read that, and funny enough, their fight is funny, but it's not funny. I can imagine how heartbroken the wife is, and I can imagine how painful it is. Just that the way they argue, the argument is kind of funny, the way they went about it. And I actually went to look at for the wife's page, and when I saw her, I was like, whoa, what does a man want? You know, the lady is beautiful, and she's young too. I think they have one child together, and you can tell from the way he's speaking with her.
We only care this more that you're beautiful. The fact that you're beautiful is cute, is nice and all, right? We remind you of that all the time. If you're beautiful. If you know, most men who are happily married to their girl, they think they're beautiful, right? I hope so. But anyway, but it has nothing to do with nothing that she's beautiful. It has everything to do with if he's feeling wholesome in that relationship. If he doesn't feel wholesome in that relationship, it's not necessarily her fault. But it's not enough that a woman is beautiful. Please, ladies, I know this is difficult to comprehend, but it's not enough. Okay? All that gets watered. The effect of the beauty or money or anything that's myopic or tangible or like all these physical things that can disappear with time. The effect of it literally disappear with time. It doesn't matter.
Like he comes across that he's sorry, I don't know, but you can say that
it's not sorry, okay, because he's backpedaling in the same apology. He's only sorry because he got caught, like the rest of us when we get caught. Okay, it's not sorry, and she could tell that he's not sorry.
He just wanted to just do it. And this is how people ruin something beautiful they have. And I even saw the one that they are showing. From what I saw, that one doesn't even look like say fine. But the thing is, it's possible because you just felt like, oh, let me just go and play around, whatever. The one new person you are approaching and doing all this thing with, you don't know what she will be like as a wife.
No, it's very simple. He's not trying to get a wife. He has a wife at home. See, this is how men are different from women. It doesn't want to lose his wife, okay? His bad behavior will effectively make him lose his wife. Those are two different statements. He does not necessarily want to lose his wife or lose his home or his house, especially if they have children together. That's the last thing that a man wants to do. It does not mean he doesn't have a bad behavior that can effectively make him destroy everything. Let me use this example, right? No one wants to die. It does not mean they won't go upstairs and drink 3 cans of soda to cope in a moment, knowing that sugar is going to potentially destroy them. People do this all the time. It's not really any different when you have bad behavioral patterns, right? It's a sad reality. It is what it is. The best way to prevent this is to set yourself up for winning. Put systems around yourself. Surround yourself with same type of people, the same type of behavior, direction you're going, because you yourself, you're not capable like that. That intentionality nonsense, unless it's backed up by emotional intelligence, is useless.
Why lose before he married this one? He must have dated her for a while, known her for a while, so they have a long history. And then you meet somebody else, that person becomes more interesting. You forget that no,
those ones are just for the streets.
This is the one how do I say, like you've tried and tested. Why not cherish it and protect what you have? All because of the snake between your legs. I keep saying
the snake
is the snake between
your
legs supposed to control you, or you are supposed to control
why are you like
it's
this?
Sad because when I read it, I could feel like they have a way they communicate, and it sounds funny.
Hit the like button, I beg.
They have that kind of a relationship that was, comes across like they sound like friends, which is nice. But to imagine that, I don't know if they're going to recover from this, if this is going to destroy their marriage, whatever it is. But is it worth it at the end of the day? Is it? I don't know. My question in this video is unfaithfulness enough reason to walk away, or what is your advice for them? I would say they should work on it. I don't know, but I just like their conversation. It's nice. I would say they should work on it, and hopefully that he has repented and not do it again. This is how I feel about it. I don't know. Do you think she should forgive him, or do you think that this is a sign that he's going to continue to be like this and all of that, and she should quit? Or what is your advice for somebody like this? Because I always say when we make this video, it's not necessarily about the people we speak about. It will be about.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll say this, okay? I'll say this. It's, I don't know what to tell them. Just do whatever works for them. I would like to talk to him. He needs to stop every form of apologies and refocus all his apologies on change behavior. That's number 1, okay? It's as simple as that. As far as she's concerned, I don't know. It's completely up to her, because again, we don't know what was going on inside our relationship. What it looks like after somebody cheats and you catch them, especially when a man cheats, it's not necessarily the reflection of what was happening in that relationship. The bad behavior is a coping mechanism. Remember I just said it's bad behavior. Don't come for me. that why did you just call it bad? No, it's bad behavior because by default it's bad. When you cheat, steal, or lie, it's bad behavior, right? But oftentimes people do that to cope. People will steal in the country where the average youth does not have jobs. It's simple. It's very simple. It does not justify stealing, right? So the question is that should they work on it? It's always better to work on it because the grass seems greener on the other side. But your shadow always follows you wherever you go, okay? Unless we're talking about your life you feel like your life is threatened, you should always work on it, okay? Not because what the devil you know now is better. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? I'm saying that I'm saying you might just be the devil that you haven't been paying attention to, because now what it seems like in society is that the cheater is the only bad behavior the bad person in the equation. That's what it seems like. That's where the devil comes for you and deceive you. It's not always true. There's more to it. There's more that needs to apply. So my advice is to work on it. How do you work on it, right? What you're working on is not necessarily the relationship. The relationship don't have to stand. What you're working on is yourself. How did you attract the situation you find yourself? It's for your own good. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. It might mean eventually you attract each other back and you're able to rebuild a new foundation and a whole relationship together. It might mean you need to go your separate way. The relationship, don't put that on the pedestal. Don't put marriage on the pedestal like that. It's about you. Whoever is complaining, focus on yourself. Ask yourself tough questions. How did I find myself in this situation? How did I attract this situation? Because you cannot control other people. You can only control yourself, okay? So do me a favor, if you enjoy this session, do me a favor. Hopefully been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.